Hi, I'm James at British Customs. Today we'll be installing this 3.5-inch Predator carbon slip-on this 2022 Triumph Street Twin. All right, so first thing we're going to do is loosen the muffler clamp using a 10mm socket. You don't have to take it all the way off. You just need to make it loose enough to pull the muffler off. Using a 12mm socket and a wrench, you want to hold the nut in the back here. And loosen. And this bolt you need to take completely out. All right, the next thing we're going to do is remove the foot peg. There's a little ball bearing in here that helps lock it in place. You don't want to lose that. And you don't want to lose the little spring clip here that we're going to pull off now. Okay, to remove this, you just need a small screwdriver. You want to get inside that little hole there and pluck it out. So when you remove the foot peg, you just want to be careful not to lose the little ball bearing in there. I'm going to push that pin up. Keep your hand underneath there just in case that bearing falls out. And then pull it all out as one. You got your ball bearing there and there's a little spring in there, so you just don't want to lose either one of those. Next, we want to remove the foot peg mount and bushing using a 12mm wrench and a 6mm hex head. So while holding up the muffler, you want to pull out this bolt. Then we just turn the muffler a little bit to get this out of the pocket there. And then just slide back. You have to wiggle it a little bit sometimes. That's it. Okay, on the right side of the bike, it's the exact same as the other side, except you have one less point to remove from here. You get your 10mm socket and loosen up that clamp. Okay, so again, we want to remove this and not lose the clip and not lose the ball bearing. And then using our 6mm hex bit, 12mm wrench, give a little twist in and pull it off. On the Street Twin, there's a gasket inside the muffler that meets up with the head pipe right here. You only use that on a stock muffler. You don't need it on British Custom slip-ons. Okay, so we have to install this rubber bushing into the pipe. If the top hat spacer is installed, just uninstall it because you won't be able to get it in with it there. Just kind of pinch it in there. Done. The top hat spacer needs to be installed towards the bike. So if this is the left pipe, you want to install it on this side. So that would be in towards the motorcycle. And then this will go towards the outside into the footrest mount. Put your band clamp on. You want to have this on the bottom so that it looks nice when it's all installed and you can get to it with the tool easy. Okay, so you want to put this on here. Make sure your clamp is in the right location, right orientation. Get that lined up. Make sure you put your spacer in before you bolt that in. Make sure your alignment pin is lined up with the hole. So you start your screw through there and pull them together. Get your nut on the back. So with your 6mm hex and 12mm wrench, snug that up. "24 foot-pounds. Okay, you want to make sure you have your strap lined up nice and close to the edge there where it looks nice, and have this oriented so you can get your tool on it. You got your 5mm hex. Tighten that up. So you want to make it pretty tight, but you don't want to go so tight you break the clamp, snap the bolt. But you want it tight because you don't want it leaking. Okay, now we're going to put the foot peg in. Make sure your ball and spring are in their proper place. A little grease helps keep that ball bearing from falling out. Slide it on. You get the original pin that came out, put it back in. Make sure the ball is working. Pop that clip on. That's it. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on this side as we went on that side. Slide that in. Put our spacer in. Get the bolt in there. Make sure the pin and the hole are lined up properly. Get the nut that we took off earlier and put that back on. Our 6mm hex, 12mm wrench. Snug it up. 24 Newton meters. "5mm hex. Line it up nice and flush so it looks nice. Again, you want to go tight enough that it's not going to leak, but not so tight that you're going to break the bolt or the strap. Put our foot peg in. Some grease on the ball and spring to keep them in place. Get your original pin, throw it back in. Put the clip back on. That's it. Okay, for the final step, we want to rub the pipe down with some alcohol and get rid of any fingerprints or grease that might be on it, because it will burn into the pipe. So it's important to do this before you run the pipe.